Afternoon. Morning, sorry. Afternoon. Right, iPad up. We'll get Facebook up. And then we'll get on with it. Right, who's in this morning? Right, that's Facebook up, folks. So, we'll see how it goes this morning. Anyway, as you can imagine, folks, the main subject of the press today in Scotland is, well, you just need to wait to find out, wouldn't you? But my Christ, there's some bollocks in the news today. Lots and lots of speculation. Anyway, once we're up there at 50 mark, and we get somebody, we get the Facebookers in, and we get this thing underway. Okie dokie. That's us up there at 50 mark. Still no Facebookers on board. First one's in. Hi, Cara. How are you this morning? Okay, so we're up there at 50 mark. Let's get this underway. It's Indy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Southport, North Lanarkshire, where it is overcast at the moment, but clearing up and really quite warm for this time of year at 11 degrees. Okay, so that's the forecast. That's how the weather is here in Southport, North Lanarkshire. If you want to know what the weather's like where you are, look at your own bloody Monday. And just have another wee thing while we're at it before we get into it. That fucking naughty step's getting hell of a foo. Don't be late. It's rude. Simple as that. And yes, I am being extremely Scottish extremist today. And after the show, I will be out doing extremely extreme Scottish extremist things. So there you have it. A dull and dreary day in Aberdeen, is it, Lauren? Right, first up this morning is the Rancid. Now, I'm going to put a good few of these up today. But first up this morning is the Daily Record. So let's put it up. Okay, First Minister's Budget Day exclusive. Axe 2-child cap if you want to help kids. Swinney's poverty battle call to Labour Chancellor Reeves. Well, you know what? Captain in action. You've obviously not been paying attention, John. Because if you'd been paying attention, you would realise that this particular incarnation of the Labour Party has absolutely no intention whatsoever, none, of helping those that they class as unproductive. Oh, I see Reagan Elite says, good morning, Reagan Elite. People, Reagan's on a push to get to 2,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to Reagan's channel on YouTube, please do so. Right, I say, it's obvious that John's not been paying attention. It's been made quite clear. Children, students, the disabled and pensioners, they're all non-productive, so they want to get fucking scuddied. So they're not going to lift the 2-child cap, as far as I'm aware. And there's no speculation to say they will scrap the 2-child cap. But it is quite obvious that Mr. Swinney, Captain in action, hasn't been paying fucking attention. Because 4 groups have been scuddied by this present incarnation of the Labour Party, and they are all what Starmer has made quite clear. They're all categories which he says is unproductive. Now, Chris, where have you gone? You just go here. But I suppose he's got to ask. But it looks pretty stupid. It really does look pretty stupid. Now, let's move on. Next one up is the Scotsman. I think I've got that one as well. Some of them get quite poignant colours today. And here's a Scotsman here. The Scotsman, quiet farewell for a political titan. He was definitely a good politician. And Scots warn of tax double whammy ahead of budget. Now, this particular story in the Scotsman is a bag of tits. It's What a rubbish. It's just a bag of rubbish. Better no, be careful with the word rubbish at the moment because the Puerto Ricans are a wee bit touchy about rubbish and garbage right now. Anyway, this is a total bollocks headline. Now, why do I say it's a total bollocks headline? Well, because the taxes that will be affected today are the devolved taxes. And we won't know what's going to happen with the devolved taxes until we get the SNP budget put before the Parliament in December. And even then, there's no guarantee that that's going to pass. The taxes that will be affected today are reserve taxes. Will they have a knock-on effect in the Scottish budget? Probably. But this is a bollocks headline. Tories warn of double whammy. Actually, Westminster doesn't affect devolved taxes, except for the entry rate where you enter into paying income tax. And that's where the fiscal drag comes from. So another made-up story in the Scottish press. Right, the eye has Reeves to hand 6.7% rise to lower earners. And Swinney asked Reeves for more funding for Scotland. Now, a 6.7% rise in the minimum wage sounds good, really does, until we look at how the cost of living has affected people over the last few years. And we talk about 6.7% rise in the minimum wage. Electricity's just went up by 10%, running into the winter. And of course, when these tax changes are announced, we will see inflationary pressure again as the manufacturers and producers up the prices to cover the hit to their profits from the Chancellor. So there will be inflationary effects from the announcements that are made today. And young Reagan Elite will be covering the budget live if you want to watch it on his channel. I'm not covering it live. I will be watching it. I might even pop on and see it on Reagan Elite's channel. I'll be watching it and I'll be taking down all the bullet points. Like Martin Lewis this morning says that the threshold for carers allowance earnings is going from £151 to £181. But what he's asking is, are they going to do away with the cliff edge and introduce a taper system where if you get 1 penny hour, that 181 quid, you don't lose your whole carers allowance? You know? Julie, my t-shirt reminds you of the front of Scottish Pride butter. Scottish Pride in action. Aye, Reagan, it's going to be a long day for you. I could have done it myself, but I'm not going to. I'll let you do it. I'll be sitting with the iPad in hand, taking down the bullet points. So, the speculation is that there's going to be a 6.7% rise in the minimum wage, taking it to £12.40. What is it at the moment? £11.43 or something, or £12 or something like that. So £12.40 is going to, or something like that. Anyway, the Sun has, when will we see your likes again? And this is Mr. Salmon's send-off. And we've got a picture of the Piper walking in front of the hearse towards the place where he would be interred in Aberdeenshire. They say, an astute political operator woke the people up. The genie was never in the bottle, but it was never quite out the bottle. Now the genie is out the bottle. We just need the right leader to take us out of the line. Okay, so it's Mr. Salmon's funeral in the Sun. The National, I'll put this one up. The National has, Swinney demands immediate and significant funding increase for Scotland in Reeve's budget. Salmon is laid to rest, and Israel's ban on aid agency is a catastrophe, and impact will be felt for decades. Don't know who's going to feel it. Israel are intent on killing every fucker in Palestine and the south of Lebanon by the looks of it. Say Mr. Salmon laid to rest, draped in a salt tire, and John wanted more money for Scotland. Once again, cap in hand. But that was the choice of the people of Scotland. They chose to remain poor, and so they fucking will. Right. The Telegraph goes on. Southport attacker possessed Al-Qaeda manual. If I remember right, this boy was born in the UK. He's a Christian. So what was he doing with this manual? Student? Could have been just looking into it. I've done it myself. They want to come and take my computer, they'll find terrorist-related stuff on it. When a terrorist story comes up, you go looking. At least those of us who want to be informed go looking. And then you get to see what sort of stuff these groups have put out there. Was this young fella a terrorist? That remains to be seen. He was obviously dangerous. Doesn't make him a terrorist. And the Times has claims of cover-up over Southport attack suspect. And of course, we've got people like Nigel Farage and Tommy Robertson, who's now in the pokey, and all the right-wing loonies, including Jenrick, came out saying, told you. They're trying to justify the fact that they sparked riots. But is this related to the murder that this guy committed? I'll all come out in the wash, folks. But the terrorism charges are separate charges. Okay. And the Scottish Daily Fuel, let's put this one up. We don't like the fuel. The Scottish Daily Fuel has Southport suspect had ricin poison and Al-Qaeda material. As new charges revealed, top Tories ask, why didn't authorities tell public sooner? Well, you know, you've got to investigate first. It's no fucking rocket science. The guy's committed an atrocity. He's been arrested, banged in the pokey, on remand at this point in time, I would imagine. And now they're going through his stuff. And now they're getting to know a wee bit more about the inside story of this young man. So you can't tell people what you didn't know. This is all nonsense. As for having ricin poison, I believe that's quite easy to get your hands on. Right, let's move on. The Herald has public safety concerns over CCTV. Let me say that again. Public safety concerns over CCTV black spot. Another made up fucking story. See the two Brit-Nat rags here in Scotland, the two prominent ones, the Scotsman and the Herald, what a lot of nonsense. When going about their business, the ordinary citizens of Scotland don't think about CCTV or if there's a black spot. Concerns my arse. The very last thing I think about when I'm wandering about the streets is CCTV and whether there's a black spot. Nonsense. Now, how did we get on with all this bloody stuff? How did we get by in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, into the 90s before they put all this spy shit up around the towns and cities? Concern my arse. People didn't know until the Herald told us that there was a black spot in certain cities' CCTV because of cuts to funding maintain the systems. Never heard so much bollocks in all your life. A non-story, a contrived, made-up story to produce a bad story for the Scottish government. Never heard so much shite in all your life. Right, the Metro runs with low-paid workers, handy drives in today's budget. That remains to be seen. At this point in time, it's all fucking speculation. Reeves could walk into that House of Commons today and shock us all. Or she could do what these people are telling us she's going to do. That remains to be seen. So, pay attention, folks. But as I said, a 6.7% pay rise. The cost of food has went up by 22% in the last 2 years. The cost of electricity has jumped 106% since the end of the fucking pandemic and the beginning of the Ukraine conflict. So 6.7% isn't going to even fucking make a dent. It's not even going to make things more bearable for those on the edge. Right. And before we all go to watch Rachel Reeves give the first Labour budget in 14 years, as I say, we'll see how that goes. It should be interesting. We have the Daily Star. And I'm going to put it up for you today. You know I love the Star. The Star gives us a smile at the end. They want horrible 25 minutes talking about the shite in the newspapers. Or less a day, actually, only 17. Talking about the bollocks in the newspaper. So what's in the newspaper? Made contrived story for the Scotsman, contrived story for the Herald, and bollock speculation about what Miss Reeves is going to do in the budget today, and Mr. Salmon being interred for the final time. So, Brits are bust. Hearing this mostly, you're absolutely correct, dear boy. So that's what's in the papers today, folks. Speculation on what Reeves is going to do. A couple of contrived, made-up stories in the Scottish rags, and Mr. Salmon's final journey. And now that it's over with, we can all move on. Move forward. Now, if our politicians at this point in time, folks, are not pushing for what we want, then it's up to we, the people, to make them comply with our will. And that goes right across these islands. We know that the people are unhappy with this Labour Party, and this budget could be a killer for this particular incarnation of the Labour Party. Or it could be one that changes things for Starmer and turns things around. And DJ Marcy Moo says it's no speculation, it's all leaks. Yeah, but who says they've only leaked the wrong stuff? Huh? Yeah, it's speculation, even if it is alleged leaks. Right, anyway, up with the Star. Let's have a look and see what the Star's got for us today. What has the Daily Star got for us today? Oh, I love this. This is quite good. This is brilliant. This is typical Star. This is what we want in the Star. Revealed, mogs and dogs hate growing older. A bit like humans then. How Grumpy Cat got so grumpy. Now that, folks, is what you expect on the front page of the Star. We also have Sir Tickle. Useless Tory knighted for services to incompetence. Well, apparently somebody else had been knighted. As if we care. Anyway, that's a good Star front page. That's what you need, Tuesday. Cheer you up on budget day. Grumpy Cat looking at you for the Star. Wonderful stuff. Right, folks. That's what's in the rags today. We'll be back today again tomorrow. Now, there is an after show chat. You can join us. MadMonk33 will drop the link to the Discord server and the YouTube channel chat right after this broadcast. I'll pop in about just after 11. I've got to go and feed the cat. Otherwise, he goes radio rental. It makes a racket out the back. Well, out the front, actually. Anyway, you just guys have a nice day. Catches on tomorrow to do it all again. So you get us twice tomorrow. One in the morning for paper headlines, and tomorrow afternoon where David